All right, man. We're going to be looking at this duplex versus a triplex and go over what is a quote-unquote better investment or just the advantages and disadvantages of a duplex versus a triplex. So first thing, we're looking at a duplex here. Typically, you can see if it's an up-down duplex or if it's a side-by-side. If it's an up-down, that just means you're going to have stairs that are going to be going up to that second floor, and there's going to be a second way out of that area. If it's side-by-side, it's most likely one level living and they're right next to each other. But when we're looking at a duplex, and if you're looking to live in one of the units, you can likely go low money down, which is going to be either FHA or mass housing. That's at 3.5% or 5% down. So that is a benefit if you're looking to house hack. But first things we're going to look at here is we're going to look at the price at $285, and that's for 2 units. First thing we always want to look at is how much income can these 2 units generate. We see we have a 2-bedroom that's getting $800 on a lease, and that is low in this area for a 2-bedroom. We have a 3-bedroom with 2 baths, that's pretty big, but we actually don't have a price here on what it is. So they could be owner occupying it, but we can probably call and get more information on how much this unit is bringing in. Completely restored 10 years ago. Lead certs are huge, especially in Massachusetts. That means you can rent to potential larger tenant class. You're going to be able to look at renting to children under 6. Most of them are unknown. What that means is pre-1978, you don't know about lead paint, and when you advertise, lead paint is unknown. So you have the option to rent to a family, and in a 3-bedroom unit, you might want to consider that. 2 bedrooms, it might not be a family, but 3, you might be looking at a family depending on your location. And it could cost a good amount of money if you want to get your property de-leaded, by the way. So that's huge, and it's going to make the price reflect on why this is $285. So they did not write a huge description here. We have about $2,200 for 2 units. All right. One thing we're also looking at, the basement is leaking. Anytime you have water damage, that is not the best thing in general. Not good at all. Never want to really have water damage, but it is nice that it's certified and treated lead. So first thing you want to look at too is if you are looking at this property and you're looking to move in one of the units. I mean, 3 bedrooms and 2 baths are going to be too big. So you're probably going to either want to look at a 2-bed with a bath, or 3, you have a roommate, or you're living with roommates or anything like that. So 2 or 3, 1 might be too small for you. So that's what we're looking at a 2-bed. 2 units, I'm sorry, 2 units, man. Next, we're going to be looking at a 3 units. So the 3 unit here, very similar price at $289. You're going to notice it's bigger, 3,300 square feet, and 8 beds, 3 baths. So this is a 3-family, 3 units. Just basis here, $800 for a 3-bedroom, $700 for a 3-bedroom, and $500 for a 2-bedroom. That is extremely low. Likely it is family, and they're paying these. We also see the lead paint is unknown, which is super common. So the other one is certified, which is nice. Let's see, 3-family for owner occupied. All right. Just reviews, recent updates, new roof, new vinyl siding. So the new roof, that's going to give you, I mean, depending on it, it could be 10, 15 grand. The vinyl siding, I would say roughly between 9 and 12, 13 grand. Recently work, which is nice. Updated heating system, forced hot air, that's also very good if it's individualized, just because separate utilities and natural gas is fairly cheap to heat compared to oil or anything like that. Updated water tanks, those last probably a good 10 years or so, that's nice. Yes, current income below market rents, which is important. That's something we notice very quickly, but overall, when we're looking here, you want to consider what unit you'd be living in and what is right amount of space for you. Like I said, 2 bedrooms might be small. So that's why you look into 3 possibly, but 1 might be small as well for you. So you always want to know, if I'm living at this property, is it close to everything I like, and what's the commute time? Because you're still living in it, and the goal with it is to live in it for some time and move on to the next property. So not a lot of pictures here. I probably did not want to disturb the tenants. That's why they're all exterior pictures. Not always a bad thing. Just means, well, they have a lot of tenants, and it's hard to probably see the property with it all being occupied. You also see they're all leases, not leases, which means they're tenants at will, which also means they probably have verbal agreements. So there's not going to be a lot of documents on these guys living here. Let's see if there's anything else we could find quickly. Looking at here, hot water, natural gas is nice, but the basics why I showed you this, if you're looking either at a duplex or a triplex, you want to consider what you can get per unit, roughly, how much income you can get. You can see this property, just on a basis level, is at 800, 750, and 500. So that is giving us around $2,050 a month to play with. That's with the whole building. When you live in one of the units, you're probably going to be getting, let's say you live in this 2-bedroom, you're going to be getting around $1,550. That $1,550 should cover your mortgage, most likely. Hopefully it covers your insurance as well, and your taxes, and your PMI, since you're likely doing low money down. So you have $1,550 here, and if we go to the 2-bedroom, the 2-unit, man, that 2-unit, it's only going to cover $800, and that's for 2 units. So that just kind of shows, from a number standpoint, why you'd want to be looking at a 3-family instead of a 2-family, just because your payment is going to be a lot less out of your own pocket. But you will be paying the taxes and insurance and the PMI on both properties. You also want to consider the tenant class and who you're inheriting. That could be pretty critical in regards to your vacancies, in regards to how well they are, if they're used to the last landlord just being lazy and just not caring about the property. If you actually care and you do things right by the book, you should have an advantage long term. And see you in the next vid.